Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Paul, this is It's a Camping Thing, and as you can probably make out, it's raining. Yeah, it's April showers. Oh, don't we just love the rain? Not. Well, that's kind of good, because in a way, I'm doing a video about wet weather, which will be coming on the channel very soon. I've just been recording a little segment for it. So, yeah, it is just gone 9 o'clock in the morning. It is 9 minutes past 9 on Friday, and I did say that there was going to be a poll on which tent I should use this weekend, and I'm here to give you the results of that. Now, last time I was out here in the garden, I had all my tents out, but because it's raining, don't think I'm going to bother. In no particular order, the Quechua 3XL came in at 31%. The Nature Hike Cloud Peak 2 came in at 7%. The Quechua 2 Seconds Easy came in at 24%. And the Vango Banshee 300 Pro came in at 38%. Therefore, I announce the Vango Banshee 300 Pro as this week's winner. And that's the tent that I'll be sleeping out in tomorrow night. Not tonight, because it's kind of wet. And the grass is kind of boggy, really. So, yeah, it's going to be tomorrow night. And then I've also got my live feed tomorrow at, I believe it's 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So, that's going to be good. And, yeah, so the Vango Banshee 300 Pro it is. Probably not my favourite out of the list, but it's still a very good tent nevertheless. And obviously, you guys have picked it for me. There was quite a few votes on that one, which was good. Lovely to see people taking part. And yeah, I shall catch you tomorrow, where hopefully it's a little bit drier than it is today. Yeah, it's kind of yucky. Hey man, see you tomorrow. Well, it's Saturday. The sun has finally come out. And it's been a long day for me. I'm actually filming 2 videos simultaneously at the moment. And I've got to be mindful where I pitch this tent tonight, because yesterday I was doing a lot of filming, and just over here there's a brown patch of mud and that where I was standing filming. But anyway, this tent is the Vango Banshee 300 Pro. This is the tent that you picked for me out of a possible of 4 alternatives to go for. So a little bit of history about this tent and myself. I bought this in early 2019. I used it in November 2019. I went down to Somerset, and when I arrived at the campsite at the Cheddar Heights Camping and Caravanning Club, I kind of got a bit of a look of surprise, because there was a big storm coming in. It was all over the weather forecast about this huge storm. It had one of those names, and there was like 50 to 60 mile an hour gusts. And I was like, hi, I've come here to do camping. And they're like, what? Excuse me? And I was the only one there. I was the only one there doing any camping. And I don't have any video footage of that to put here right now, but I believe there's a video, an old video, so I'll put a card up here if you want to check that out later on. Please feel free to do so. But yeah, I went down to the Cheddar Heights Camping and Caravanning Club, and the tent stood up really well. The only thing I did say in that video is the fact that for me, especially at that time, I wasn't used to tents of this nature. I was more used to 3 and 4 and 5 person tents. A 2-person tent like this is, although it says it's a 3-person tent, realistically it is a 2-person tent. I found this at the time really, really constrictive. And also as well, don't forget, in November, we've got a lot longer nights. You are going to be in a tent. If there's going to be a storm, you're going to be sheltering in that tent for maybe 10, 11 hours at a time. And you can't really move around a bit. So it does feel like you're kind of stuck in there if the weather turns really nasty like what it did. So I didn't really speak very favourably of it. Now, curiosity got the better of me, because although I thought that this was small, I kept looking over at the Vango Banshee 200, which is slightly smaller. Again, this is as a 2-person tent, but realistically, it's a 1-person tent. And why do I know that? Well, it's because I've got it here. I've got both, the Vango Banshee 200 and the 300. And I recently used this on a wild camp when I went to the Lake District, September last year. And again, both these tents are good, but I actually prefer the 300 because I'm more used to a slightly larger sized tent. There is one other factor I don't like about this, and the fact that because I'm 5'10", I do find that my feet are touching one end and my head's touching the other, and lengthwise, I just don't feel like it's adequate. But I'll talk to you a little bit more about that later on in the video. What's important right now is the fact that I get this tent set up and ready for tonight. Well, it's been a while since I've actually had this tent out, and it's an easy tent to set up. This is a good aspect of it. 2 poles, and the inner and the outer all go up as one unit, which is great. Right, where are we? So what I like to do with this one is just find the end, and get a peg. Now, because we've had so much weather, I'm actually using the 9-inch stakes on here, just to be safe, because obviously the ground has had a lot of moisture, a lot of rain recently, so I'm using the 9-inch stakes to go into the ground and anchor firmly in. Okay, slide to the rear pole in. We're anchored in at the very back. Just little eyelets that the poles hook into. That's that one, and you've got these little clips as well. I like to get them in first because you've got the guide ropes to go around as well. Next, I like to add the front pole, which on this particular tent is yellow coated. That goes through. And then again, we've got an eyelet located there. And then located there. We've also got a clip. In this case of pulling it back. And then staking it down again at the front. Again, loosely, we can adjust. There we go. That's not going to go anywhere. Just make sure the ventilation is open, otherwise I'll be complaining about condensation in the morning. And that's all fully open. There we go. Joe, this tent might not be my most favourite tent, but I'm stood here reminiscing about the trips that I've taken with it, the bad weather that it stood up to and served me really well. Yes, it only has one vestibule. I said earlier it had 2 vestibules. It only has 1 vestibule on this side, 2 doors. It's not my most favourite tent by a long stretch, but it's very good for what it is. It's a very good starting point if you're going to be going wild camping for the very first time, especially with a newer version that's a slightly darker green, blends in better with the surroundings and the changes that they made at the front. At least from my perspective, at least from my opinions, Vango seems to be making steps in the right direction to improve the tent. I think it could be longer, that's for sure, but yeah, it's a good tent in the end of the day. So there we go. Right, now I need to stop reminiscing. I'm literally in another place, another campsite, in another wild camp. And I need to get some bedding in. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Yeah, good times. Time to fill it full of kit. First things first is always the foil mat. Get the foil mat down, adds a little bit of protection and insulating properties as well, because we don't want to lose any heat into the ground below. Now, I think I might actually angle this one a little bit. I'm thinking what I should do is sleep a little bit diagonal. I have a problem with my head touching one end and my feet the other. So I might try a little bit diagonal. Sort of 50-50 on it in a minute. Anyway, foil mat is down. U-Sport. If you're a regular to this channel, you've seen all this stuff before, so feel free to skip on by. But we've got the Flextail gear pump and we've got the U-Sport pad. I used these in last week's video, and yeah, pump this up. Now, rain is forecast from 9 p.m. tonight, so I'm not going to bring out a lot of layers. We're not going to be expecting a frost or anything like that. So tonight, I'm just going to be bringing out 2 sleeping bags, no more. And I think I might only just get away with the 1 actually, and that's my Vango Night Star 375 alpha. There we go, stuck that on. And then, just to be on the safe side with temperature, I don't like being cold. I chuck my Coleman Festival Blackout on the top, just to be on the safe side, although I can envisage me chucking that off in the night, if I'm honest. And I'll bring that over a little bit. And then for pillows, I love pillows. I need my pump again. I've just realised an error of my ways, and that is textile gear pump. And then we inflate. We've got some resident doves in the trees, so if you hear, it's them. Yeah, now when you squeeze it, no air pops out. Trekology A-Luft 2.0. It's a good sleeping pad pillow. I'm tired. I was up at stupid o'clock this morning. And we're gonna tie that. Actually, I'll loop that around there. That's on there. There we go. They're all on there, nice and secure. And then, getting the smell of tent in here. My break from the four walls, which now seems to be quite regularly, even though I'm not going camping anywhere, which, believe you me, I wish that I was, but money and looking for a dog all the time means that I need to be right here. That's my priority at the minute, and I'm trying to save money. There you go. That's the dove. Well, hello and welcome to inside the Vango Banshee 300 Pro. Actually, there's quite a lot of room in here. I still say that you won't get 3 people in here, but for 2, yeah, no problem. It's 5 to 10 at night. And I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who joined in on the live feed tonight at 7 o'clock on Saturday. I will be trying to make that a regular thing, probably three Saturdays, and I'll probably rest on one weekend. So, yeah, doing a live feed next Saturday at 7 o'clock. That'd be fun. It's just lovely talking to everybody. It really is. And sometimes it's just me in a tent talking to a GoPro all on my own, or out on a tripod in the middle of a garden or at a campsite or wild camping. It can be a little bit lonely, but when you talk to people and you find out about their camping life and their hopes and dreams of trips to come, it's really, really nice, and getting to know people, it's really lovely. So, yeah, I'm really happy about it. I had a good time tonight. So, it's raining. You probably hear that rain. I've got earplugs for tonight because I didn't know that rain was going to be a feature. And as I said in the live feed tonight, that I gave you 4 options to choose from. And the reason why I put those tents in is because they're all relatively small. And I know an area where I can actually dry this tent off, actually. There's a part of the house that you haven't seen yet, and it's a sheltered area, so I can dry this tent off. I do actually want to make an apology, though, because I did say in the live feed about there was going to be a video going live at 9 p.m, and I got in the tent and I thought, I'll have a look at the phone. And I realised that video rather did not go live at 2 p.m. So when I get in the house tomorrow, I'll fix that. Unfortunately, I can't do that, but it's set on a unlisted setting, which means it's not public at the moment, which is how I normally go about things. But I thought it was going live at 9 p.m, and clearly that is not the case. So apologies to all the people that I said about that video was going live at 9 p.m. Yeah, if you're someone that likes the pitter-patter of rain on a tent, then you're going to be really green with envy about me tonight, because this is forecast for the whole night, and sometimes torrential. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I like being outside. The air, even the air right now, smells fresher. Yeah, it's all good. Anyway, I'm going to say goodnight. It's been a long day for me. I was up at 5 o'clock this morning. It's now 10 p.m. So I'll say goodnight and I'll see you in the morning. Nighty, mate. Well, good morning. Guess who forgot his hat last night? Me. Oh, it's been raining and raining and raining all the way through the night. And even with earplugs, I could still hear it. So I just took them out and just did au natural. Oh. I should have gone to bed, which I will be doing in about 10 minutes' time. So yeah, it's been raining literally all the way through the night, and yeah, it's just gone 6. I'll turn this off so you can see what the ambient light's really like. That's pretty much indicative of what I can see right now. Yeah, it's been consistent. I've been out for a loo break. You can't really even sit up in this thing. Twice, and it was absolutely pouring down with rain. Pouring down. So the plan of action now is at 6:05 in the morning is to let the air pad out down. I'm quite tired. With the weight of the sleeping bags on top, I should push out all the air, and in the meantime, I'll go and get a couple of hours sleep, and then come out here and pack away. I think rain's due pretty much all the way through the day, but yeah, shame. So I'm not going to have a cup of coffee out here. No way. There's no point. That vestibule isn't the biggest. It's not the safest for putting a stove out there. I certainly won't want to do it. So yeah, I'm really, really tired. I seemed to sleep okay. I dreamt a couple of times, but there we go. I still enjoyed it though. I might be tired and feel like I've been beaten up a bit, but I still enjoyed it. It's still been good. This whole packing away thing, that's the horrible part. At least the pigeons are still singing. Right, I'm going to go. I'll see you in a bit. Well, it is absolutely pouring down with rain now. Oh dear. Not the weather for camping, that's for sure. But it happens. Well, it's Monday. The sun has come out, as you can see. Typical, isn't it? You have a weekend where you go, hey, I'm going to set the tent up. I'm going to camp out here for the night, and it rains and it rains and it rains. So then you go back to work and then the sun comes out. Just Mother Nature just being mischievous all over again. I said this in my rain tips video. But yeah, I've got my wonderful assistant doing a fantastic job of setting down the Vango Banshee 300 Pro, a tent which this weekend has indeed impressed me. I've got to admit, I've got to be honest. Yes, I don't think it's the perfect tent. I think it could certainly be longer. I'm 5'10", and I do find that my head and my feet touch the end simultaneously, and I would like that to be a little bit different. I'd like it to be a little bit longer, 15 to maybe 30 centimetres longer. And it would be nice if it had 2 vestibules as opposed to 1. So if there are 2 people going, it is a 2-person tent, not a 3-person tent. Then you've got storage for each side. I think that would be a lot better. But you know, I'm reminding of the time when I went away into Somerset and it was strong winds, and this tent stood up really well. And when I was in there on Saturday night, I was reminded of that, just being in there and being reminded of that interior, taking me straight back to that stormy night. It all goes up as one, the inner and the outer all go up as one. Yeah, I mean, the version I've got is a luminous green, which looks like it's been designed by a highlighter pen, but Vango have improved that. The newer version is a darker shade of green. It blends in better with its environment. So it certainly seems like the tent is evolving in a direction that I feel is a better way. I just wish it was a little bit longer, that's all. And as I say, the second vestibule would be nice. But obviously all that adds weight. So there's pros and cons as to which way you can go. So yeah, it's a good tent. It's a good all-rounder tent. Not the cheapest, not the most expensive, but it does the job. As I say, I had a good, comfortable night's sleep in there. As I say, the length I can put up with just by sleeping on my side and bringing my knees up a little bit. I can do that. It would be nice if I could stretch out a bit, but hey-ho, there we go. Anyway, if you found this video in any way helpful, please consider liking, leaving a comment and subscribing to the channel and clicking on that bell icon to be notified of all future video releases, of which there are plenty more to come yet. So it'd be great to have your company. Anyway, that's it for this one. Take care and have a good one.